The brosif. Joey, what's going on, big boy?
What's going on?
You doing, man?
Doing well yourself?
Good, 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 good. Yeah, welcome to Miami.
Mm-hmm.
How you like being down here?
I love Miami.
Yeah, I know you're from about like an hour away, right? In what city anyway?
Davey.
Davie. Nice,
Mhm.
nice, nice. And we met probably, I'd say, when did we meet? 4 ish months ago.
Yeah, I was around
Yeah, yeah, nice, nice. How did we meet?
there. You actually showed up to my restaurant.
Yeah, yeah. Me, my brother, my sister-in-law, and my niece
Mhm.
all came to eat at your restaurant
Yep.
that you're a part of, which was a Korean barbecue, right?
Correct.
Yeah, nice. And then you connected. But I remember before that, I didn't actually know you. I was like prospecting you
Mhm.
to come and join like our organization ASS.
Yep.
And then I checked the DMs afterwards, and me and you already had a conversation with DMs. And I had no idea until after I left the restaurant, bro.
Yep.
So what was that about?
Well, I wanted to get into sales because I saw the Asian Sales Society, and then reached out
Yeah,
to see how if I can get in, see what it's all about,
yeah.
and then somehow,
And I think you never booked a call as well. You were like,
yeah.
yeah, we I think you hit me up in September, October,
Mhm.
and then it was till December. So 3 months later, bro, I was like,
Yeah.
oh shit, what the hell? Yeah, this guy hit me up like, and then I met him actually in person.
Mhm.
That's insane. So yeah, I guess how has life been before you met me, and like how was life before? Like, what were you doing before?
Before I was working at the restaurant.
Yep.
Uh, 5 days.
Bartending, serving,
Yeah.
managing, all that.
Pretty much everything.
For the house stuff?
Mhm.
Any back of the house stuff?
As well as making like sauces, cooking sometimes.
Okay.
As well.
Nice.
So because I have experience in both.
Nice.
Mhm.
Okay, cool.
And yeah, that's what I've been doing when I was reaching out to you.
Yeah.
Is trying always trying to find another source of income.
Why? Why did you want to find another source of income?
Um,
What was the like pain points, I guess? What was your kind of like, why did you want to escape the restaurant industry?
well, I love sales, and obviously like anyone else, we like money.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and you can never have too many sources of income.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so I was just looking to extend it.
Okay. So you're looking at, you like sales and you wanted to extend it because you just were open to making more money.
Mhm.
Okay. And why specifically like online remote sales for you?
For online remote sales, work from anywhere,
Mm,
at any time, any
mhm.
schedule that I want to make. So it's essentially becoming your own boss.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Because you wanted that. Did you want more flexibility from
Like flexibility and freedom.
why was freedom important for you?
Because you can never, buy back time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but at the same time, like time is money.
Yeah. 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 Okay. Yeah. No, I think absolutely right. And then, what stood out for you, like in terms of like ASS, like why just, because there's so many things online, right? Why specifically did you want to reach out to like, I guess me and my team versus like another maybe program or another thing that you saw online? Like why was it? And have you ever tried anything online before in the past? And give like your story of whatnot.
Yeah. So I reached out to the Asian Society mainly because I'm Asian.
Yeah.
And Asian Society, that kind of
Yeah.
that works out,
We look like each other.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I messaged.
American.
Yeah. So I messaged ahead of time. Trying to get a call in. Try to get in there. And then obviously in the back of my head, we have uncertainties.
Yes.
Happens to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you came in to the restaurant,
Yeah.
you're talking to me, trying to get me on a call and everything like that. And I was like, oh man, I do marketing, I do this restaurant, I do other stuff too. I'm not sure. And then you said, you go see one of my ads.
Let's go. Yeah, you're gonna see me around the internet. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then once I saw it, I'm like, oh, I had to reply back to it, or follow up with you. My
Yeah.
God, it was a pleasure serving you.
Yeah.
Nice meeting you as well.
It's nice meeting you too, bro.
Let's hop on a call.
Yeah. Yeah. And then from there, I think you hopped on with another closer of ours, and we kind of gave you the rundown. And now we're here. And now
You're in Miami.
dude, we're in Miami at this beautiful freaking condo that we rented out for a month because this is what we knew as remote closes. We can live anywhere and go anywhere. That's awesome, man. And I guess being inside ASS itself, I don't want to call it a program
Mhm,
because I don't think it's a program. I think it's an organization
mhm,
for us as Asian Americans to level up in terms of identifying who we are specifically. You know, bro, you grew up in Florida, an hour away from me.
mhm.
I grew up in Boca. You grew up in Davie, right?
Yeah.
Like, how was your experience? Because my experience in growing up in Florida, honestly, I never saw a lot of Asians around me. I was always considered the token Asian being in Boca Raton. I didn't have a lot of Asian friends.
Yeah.
So how was your experience, maybe growing up in your neck of the woods in Florida?
For me growing up in Florida, just like you, there wasn't that many Asians, like, growing up all throughout life.
Mhm.
Let's, like, say, like, elementary, middle school, high
Yeah.
school. I did it all here down in Florida. Probably max 4 Asians.
Were you the only, like, ones in your school?
Yeah,
Really?
like 1, like,
Oh,
maybe
shit.
only 2 every time in school.
Wow. What Asian are you?
I'm Filipino American.
You're Filipino American?
Mhm.
Okay, cool. I'm on the other side. I'm Thai American.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. No, that's crazy. So, did you ever feel like you were isolated growing up? Like, you ever feel isolated now, possibly, about being Asian here in Florida? Because we're not like Cali Asians where there's a bunch of Asians. We're known as token Asians, bro.
Mhm.
You know? So like are most of your friends like let me see, where are they like, who are they?
Well, for me, like I said, I am a token Asian. So, like, I'm not really isolated. Like, I still know, like, a few, like, a lot of Asians over here, from growing and extending out networking.
Yeah.
Um, but realistically wise, I don't have that many, like, close Asians around here in South
Yeah.
Florida. But I wouldn't say I feel isolated, if that makes sense.
Okay. So you don't feel as if like okay. I mean, I think we all have our own like way of like feeling about, 'cause sometimes for me, I do feel, growing up in Florida and having lived in other parts of the states
Mhm.
or other cities, abroad as well. Sometimes, in my area of Florida, I did feel kind of like isolated. Like, damn, there's a lot of white people around here, bro. And like, damn, I'm the only fucking Asian guy around here. Like, what's going on? And like, I would always question that growing up of like, why did my parents move to California and settle down there and be with the community? So for me, making ASS was more about not was just seeing like what would it have been like to grow up around Asians, So it's more than just sales for me. It's like, okay, what would it have been like to, dude, hang out with you?
Mhm.
We could have been best buds growing up, and now we're
Yeah.
best buds now. So, that's how ASS really came about for me of just seeing like, hey, I feel isolated. Let me see what it's like because, and also like I've never, I guess, had clients that were fully Asian. It was always mixed as well. So I was like, okay, let's bring this out and see what it's about. But it I guess you one of the reasons you might have joined was because you did highlight earlier in the video in our talk is that you said it was Asian.
Yep.
So what did that mean? I mean, why if if there's other things out there?
Well, like you said, like, be a group around Asians, helps, like, I don't know, like, helps with the mindset. I didn't grow up with many Asians, so being part of, like, the Asian society, like you said, like, while you made it, it's like, yo, what it's like to be surrounded by Asians? Because I didn't have that growing up
Yeah.
as well. So, being now in it and being surrounded by a lot of Asians, we're all very like-minded, and so it's very easy to connect with each other.
Yeah. I say connection is huge now.
Mhm.
I think me and you, we're pretty much connected and I don't feel like a sense of I can be myself around you, and yeah, it's a good feeling then. So cool. And I guess inside, what have you learned inside of Asian sales society? We are in sales.
Mhm.
We're all about building, but what specifically has Joseph the Broseph learned, and how has he leveled up inside here?
Our Asian sales society, the one thing I would say that I leveled up on is confidence. Because, as an Asian, I don't know if anyone else has felt this before, but as an Asian, we're kind of looked down upon. So since, well, not in that sense, but we look kind of looked down upon, but at the same time, we have such a high level of, like, expectation,
Mm.
you know,
Expectation coming from where?
just expectation from, like, family, from, like, Asian parents, strict parents.
Mhm.
So it kind of brings, like your confidence down if you don't hit the mark.
Yeah, I agree.
So being part of the HSO society is, helped me build up a lot more confidence in
Good.
myself.
I'm glad. I'm very glad that it's helped you and helped your journey as a man to get to your new heights.
Mhm.
It's good, man. I'm glad. And any other takeaways, I guess you want to tell maybe people that are watching this, I'm going to be turning this into a long form video, but also into a reel too, bro. So anything you want to say for yourself, shout out yourself, whatever, man, bars, tools, gems, like just inspiring the next wave of people. Like, what would you say to them?
So don't be afraid for change.
Hmm. Fire, dude.
Mhm.
Fire. And what would you say to, I guess, your younger version of you? I guess, so don't be afraid of change now and getting outside your comfort zone.
Yeah.
And what about like the old Joseph as well? I know you're young, bro. You're 20. Sorry, bro. I'm coming my theories, but what about you, bro? Like how old are you?
I'm 25.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Sheesh. Okay. 7 years apart, man.
Yeah. So what I would have to tell myself, younger Joseph, is, keep doing what you're doing, but don't be afraid to change.
Mm,
Still,
I love that.
always be able to adapt.
Yeah. Dude, killed it, man. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you so
Appreciate
much
you.
for coming out to Miami,
Well, thank you.
for coming to network, and thank you for being here and being able to change and coming on a Tuesday afternoon down here,
Mhm.
making the drive, making the decision to actually get out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that,
I
man.
appreciate you.
Let's get it, bro.
Let's get it.
Yeah. That was fire, bro.
That was good.
That was awesome. Hell yeah.